It's me, it's Brand T, and welcome back to Painting with Magic. And on today's show, we're going to do something a little different, but it's going to be a seascape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you what I have on here. But I have the normal little 16 by 20 canvas, but this time I've done some underbasing. And I want to start going into a little bit of underbasing on the show so we can do some more in-depth detail stuff. And I want to show you today how to use color and form to do the seascapes. So what I have here is I've done a little drawing here. This is with acrylic paint. It's like a blue and black acrylic right here. I've done the wave, drawed it out. Then I've drawn out a little cliff here with a little lighthouse, which is very simple to do. You just have to do a rectangle with about like a triangle on it and leave a little gap in the middle, a little over gap here for the little house. Then I drawed out the rocks and maybe where we're going to have some extra little waves. So, and I have a little bit of cerulean blue and white up here, acrylic. And I just wanted to make a nice underbasing. And then on top of that, I put a little clear glazing medium so I can blend. So let's get into it. I'm going to take a little fan brush, number 4, and I'm going to go a little bit of the permanent red. Just a tiny little bit of it. Not too much. Just a little bit. Alright, let's go up here now. You want a little bit on here because it's got this blue back here. It's going to really pop. So watch this. I want a very, very soft sky today. I may even grab a little bit more real quick. Oh, that's better. See, it's really going to pop. We're going to use the blue as some of the blue clouds and sky. It's a very easy and fun way to do your clouds. Just keep it very nice and simple today. Keep it nice and simple, but showing you a lot of things here on how to do underbasing. I'm just grabbing a little bit at a time. Just a little bit at a time. And I'm kind of dry brushing, but I'm not dry brushing because there's just a little bit of that clear medium on here to allow it to glide. Just let it glide a little bit. I'm letting that canvas grain do most of the work for me. Alright. Now I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to grab a little bit of this yellow. This is permanent yellow. And maybe even a little tiny touch of the titanium white. Just a little bit. Not too much. Let's go up here. Now I can go in here with the yellow because this blue's dry. Blue's dry. So look at that sky. Beautiful sky. And I'm not going to get blue at all. Green. I'm not going to get no green in here at all because the blue's dry. And it's just going to glide right over top of it. Get something beautiful today. Okay, I'm going to take some titanium white now. I'm going to go right into some titanium white. Just a little bit, not too much. And I'm going to start right in here in the where the yellow and stuff is. And I'm going to start letting it kind of pull out just a little bit. So I want nice, like a sun's coming through. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to go back down to the white. And I'm going to make it just a little bit brighter, then we'll come back and blend it out. Now this video is not really concerned about too much going on, but I want to make sure we get over the wave. Because waves are very difficult to do when you first start out. But if I show you how to do it this way, you'll be able to do them really easily. Let's go back down to the titanium white. Just a little bit on the brush. Let's go back up here now. I'm using a number 4 fan brush. You get on the Magic Brush Kit or at brandthomasart.com. Let's go back up here. And I'm going to go back down in here again. Now if you want to really make this bright, you can lay it flat and do some of this here stuff. Okay, and I'm going to go back down real quickly. I'm going to grab a 1-inch brush. I'm just going to very softly blend this out. Just a little bit. Not too much. Now, once you leave that white, you cannot come back to it unless you wash your brush or pick up another clean one. Because you don't want to come back and dirty that up. I'm just coming around and I'm softening everything up. Alright, it looks really good. I like that a lot. Now I'm going to clean out the brush. I'm going to come back here and soften this up a little bit. Okay. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start working on this water just a little bit, not too much. I'm not really concerned too much about it. So let's grab a palette knife. I'm going to grab a little titanium white, a little touch of cobalt blue today. And get a little roll of paint right on the old edge of the old knife. And let's go up here. And I got this darker line here. You can see where we're working at now. You can see where the water's going. I'm just going to take this right here. I'm just going to go across it like this. And just keep working it back and forth. The line's already there for us. If you're concerned about wanting to see how to paint, you know, a seascape without the underbasing, you can check out our other videos at brandthomasart.com or on YouTube. But all the videos are on brandthomasart.com too. So I'm going to take a little titanium white and get a little real paint of that. And I'm going to go right back up here now. I'm going to start adding just a little bit of glow to this. But just let it break. Just let it break around it. And then we'll just do some tapping as well. That's all these are back here. Very distant waves and some shimmering going on. Not too much. Like I said, I'm not really concerned back here today. I'm really concerned about that big old mountain. Okay. So this big mountain right here is really going to separate the distances. This looks one solid black here, but if we come down here and we give it another layer, which I'll show you with some titanium white on a filbert. If I come in here like this here and I separate those, automatically I have two different cliffs. One's more distancy, one's not. So let's come in here and let's get some black, some ivory black, and a little titanium white. And just give it a little bit of a color back here. Well, we have two different colors going on. Maybe a little bit more titanium white with that, just to make it a little bit more grayer. That way now we can start separating, getting distance in your paintings. That's very, very big deal, is distance. That's what makes paintings, is distances. Okay, and even on this lighthouse, we may even make that gray too. So let's kind of go back over top of that with some gray. Okay, I'm going to pick up a liner brush. I'm just going to go right through that old gray color. I'm going to thin it down just a little bit so I can go over top of that black. It's dry basically, but anytime you're using a liner brush, you got to have it thinned so that it works. Okay, this is a distant lighthouse, okay? A distant lighthouse. And this is going to get us ready so when we go and do our detailed lighthouses. So I'm going to go back to the filbert. And I'm going to some ivory black. And then we'll come right up here and put this one in. Okay. Now this one's in. Now you can see the distance. This one's farther away. I'm going to take and mix up a color here real quick for some trees. We're going to make some little evergreen trees back here on top of that rock. Just real quickly add some of those. Go back to a fan brush. I'm just going to tap it. Let's go back up here. And by just tapping here, I can make some evergreen trees. A little far away evergreen trees. See those little evergreens up there? Farther and farther away. And I'm going to go to that gray color, so that way it's not, that way it looks more consistent. And just crunch your brush into it. Right down into the lighthouse. Far away. Very far away. Beautiful. I love that. Okay, now let's go ahead and start highlighting that old mountain. Or that old cliff. I'm going to take a little burnt umber. And some of this gray we already had. And a little touch of black. A little roll of paint. Let's go back up here now. And just start to highlight this little cliff. No pressure at all. I'm letting it kind of, letting this grain work for me. I'm talking about it so much. Let the grain work for you.
If that grain works for you, you're going to be very, very happy with the effect, because it's going to look just like a textured rock. Big cliff. Then I'm going to take a little titanium white, a little roll of that, and go right back up here. This way we can have a little bit more detail on them. Just a little bit, not too much. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Then I'm just going to blend out this base by just kind of crunching it on. Kind of lift it up. Now I'm pretty done with that. Now you can see the distance in here already. If you want to, you can even put another little ledge out there. I'm going to take the fan brush we was using that has the white on it, and I'm going to reload it into the titanium white. And I'm going to show you a different way to do an ocean wave. It's a very easy way to do it. If I just come in here now and I'm lining it out, and I'm making this big foamy wave today. Big foamy wave. Okay, come up, crunch the corner, and we're going to go all the way back with it. Follow that line you drawed out. This one's more about form today. That's what I'm worried about. It's form and color and showing you new things. So instead of doing the little splashes, we're going to do just take your fan brush and just let it foam up. And then we're going to take a little touch of the blue and black, and we're going to get a midder tone, like a gray, and go underneath him. Okay. And then we'll just need to blend them out a little bit. I'm just going to use a 1-inch brush. I'm going to go pulling down stroke. Pulling down. See how I just pulled that down? Then I'll gently go across it. Just a little bit. And you can see how this wave is starting to really form now. It's really, really looking good. Go back to some white. Just let it crunch up a little bit more right there. The foam. Big foamy wave. You'll see them right around the big cliffs and stuff. I really like doing those. I'm going to wash out the fan brush. And I'm washing out the old line of filbert brush. Now I have the eye of the wave here. Now the eye of the wave is just a translucent part of the wave. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a little yellow, a little more yellow, a little touch of white, and a little touch of sap green. Maybe even more sap green. It depends on what you want. If you want it to be more yellow, add more yellow. But I like mine to be a little bit to the green side. Alright, that looks good. Okay, you get it in like that right there. Now because I have no paint here, we're going to have to work with toning it down. I'm going to pick up a little black. Pick up just a little bit of black with that. Okay, then I'm going to grab this fan brush that has the dirty stuff on it. I'm just going to put that right in there with it. Right up to it. And punch it in. Because you see these waves a lot of times, you see that dirty water. Sometimes it's not really that blue. And that's what I want to do today. I don't want to do a really blue water. Then I'll go back here and I'm just going to blend these out with the top corner of this brush. Then I'm going to blend those into it. Looking for that form. And you can see. See that? Now I'm going to go into some cobalt blue and some ivory black. I really want dark water today. A nice dark water. Let's go back up here. Right in here, I'm really focused on showing you how to paint these waves in and how to do the foam. The foam is something I get a lot of questions on, and that's why I'm rushing this a little bit today so I can get to that foam and show you how to do that foam. And coloring. Whenever you're painting anything, you want to do form, you gotta do 1, 2, 3, or sometimes 4. All that means is you got 4 different colors or 3 different colors. You got 1 which is your highlight of your highlight, the brightest color. Number 2 is your mid-tone. Number 3 is your darker color.
And you see here in the eye of the wave here, that greenish yellow was our number 1. It went down to number 2 to 3. You see how that gives it more of that form. Same with the wave. We have the 1, we have the 2. We didn't do the 3 because we're going to put a big rock over that. So we don't have to do the 3 on that one. But now you get the idea. And let's go back to a little bit of the white on the fan brush. I'm just going to crunch in just a little bit more of this foam. Alright, I like that a lot. And now it's time to do some foamy movements. I'm going to take a liner brush. I'm going to thin down some titanium white. Now you can even use some of the white base medium if you want to. I'm going to thin it down really good, nice and creamy and buttery. And let's go back up here. Now I'm just going to tell you, do the shape of a 3. Backwards 3 sometimes. Or you can do the 3, which is what I'm doing right now. And the foam is very, very important. Let it close up and let it just roll with the movement. The ocean's moving like this. So, and you see how I got this one higher than this one? Make sure you never make them the same height. If you do, it's not going to look right. And if one comes up and it's not close together, make the next one close together. A little bit more thinner on that. You don't have to use a liner brush. You can use whatever you got. You can use a round brush. You can use a filbert brush. But watch how this movement works. Watch how this liner brush just jags. I'm just jagging it a little bit. I do have some finger marks there, so I'll swap those out. Now because I do have this black gesso down here, this is black gesso down here, I don't have to do too much to it, and it's going to really glide on there. Kind of let it ease down into the water. A little more thinner in that. And I'm rushing today because I haven't got that much time to show you, slow down and really get in here and do details on it. But what I want to show you is the form of how to paint these. How to do a little lighthouse. Very easy way to do a lighthouse. And when this is dry, you can take a little bit of white and shine it down through there. Make it look like the lighthouse is glowing. Let's thin it down just a little bit more. Okay. Now you kind of see how this foam is working. Let me work right up in here. And then we have this line here. I'm just going to follow that line with the liner brush. I'm just going to put a smaller little wave in. And there's no paint down here, but just a clear medium. Okay, just like that. And we can just do some more foamy stuff, kind of works around through here. Now sometimes I'll make this foam down here just a little bit bigger looking because it just makes the painting look a little better. And it's bigger foam down here than up there. But this should get you started on how to do underbase. You can see how easy it was for me to do this one. After I just draw it in my wave shape I wanted. And then down here we got this other one. Very dark, dark, dark water. So hope this is helping you out a little bit to show you how to do these foam patterns and easier way to do a seascape. And it takes practice. I'm just, what I recommend you do if you want to practice doing your little seascapes and things is take your canvas and paint it black. And then just draw it out wave, and then just practice your little patterns here. And this is the most important thing of the painting of the wave. Very important. And it's very important too to see this wave here, how it comes up and crashes. There's a lot of people that make this come up and go straight over. If you go straight over, it's not going to give you that form. So you got to make sure you have that down. But that's very easy to do. Just take your brush, go up and down. Okay, we kind of go up a little bit more here. I'll probably put a rock over here so my cats will cover up some of this stuff. But it looks pretty good. It looks really good. I like that a lot. Maybe put a little bit more over here. There's some stuff back there moving around. But I really wasn't too concerned back here with it today. Then I'm going to take the old fan brush here. I'm going to kind of blend this back a little bit. Give it that more of that movement. You don't need that much movement. Will just be more crisper there. Alright, wash out the old filbert. And I'm going to go down here and I'm going to grab a little ivory black now. Ivory black. And let's put this other rock in. The rocks will kind of go up like this and go down right over top of those. Just like that. And I'm just going to scrub it in. I'm letting the gesso do most of the work today. And then over here, we'll put a bigger rock right over here. There's a big rock that comes right over here. You see that or not? There. And this is just priming you up. Get ready for another underbasing episode, because I really enjoy doing these here and showing people how to do it. I get a lot of questions on how to do underbasing, and this is a very good example on how to do underbasing. A lot of seascapes are a lot of detailed ones are done with this type of painting style with some acrylic underbasing. So I'm going to get a little bit of brown and some blue and a little touch of crimson. A little bit more rocky down here, kind of goes down to a little bit more. Something about like that. Okay, and then I'll take the liner brush and I'm going to thin down this gray color. And then I'm going to bring the edge of this out. I'm just going to bring the edge of that out. Just like that. There's your edge of your wave. And then we'll start doing some of those highlights on this old rock. So I'll take that brown, some old brown color we was using a while ago. Maybe add a little bit of blue, and I like blue a lot, so maybe add a little bit of blue. Just a little bitty roll. I'm going to use a little side of the knife. Okay, get some nice little rocks in here, forms. This is the same way as you would paint a mountain with the old knife. Shoot, you can even do your mountains this way. You can gesso them out and do it. And this mountain here is just using the texture of the canvas. That's all I'm using. And then on this side, just a little bit over here. Kind of comes down like so. And maybe a little bit more out here. I'm gonna take a little titanium white. Little roll of paint. Maybe the other side of the knife, a little bitty small part. And so the sun kind of hits it a little bit over here. Just a little bit. Just an extra little highlight. Just helps me bring out the certain parts of the mountain. Or the cliff, the rocks, whatever you want to call them. Let me see, there's a little bit on this side. You don't have to do too much because you want to kind of keep some areas dark. Okay, looking at it a little bit more. Then right down here I'm going to crash up a little bit. Maybe that wave's kind of already crashed before it. Maybe some crashy stuff going on. Now I'm thin down some titanium white on the fan brush. Set the palette down real quick. And just like that, you can have little foamy splatters. But you gotta be real gentle with it. Look at those. It really makes it look nice and wet around through here. It'll be right there. Look at those. Beautiful. And I think I'm going to put me a little bird back there real quickly. Just thin down a gray color. And we'll say there's a little bird lives back here. A few little birds. Alrighty. I think with that we got a finished little painting here. Let's go ahead and sign this little picture. I'm going to take some titanium white, thin down, and just sign them right over here. I hope you enjoyed painting with me today. This was a very fun one to do. I hope you try it out. Hope you subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can go to brandthomasart.com and all the links are there. And let me know what you want to see next on Painting with Magic. Let us know. We do seascapes, winter scenes, mountains, whatever you want to learn. Alrighty, just sign it up real quickly. And this one's pretty much finished. I hope you learned a lot today on how to do form and color. That's what this painting was all about today. We're showing you how to do a seascape, a very simple way of doing it with a nice effect. So, hope to see you next time. This one's ready for an art gallery, and so is yours. And we'll see you real soon.